What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Matthews and
Symone. Jalen Mills is somebody that I get behind.
I'm not even gonna cap on DeAndre Hopkins. He has the best hands in the league.
Played through it, hobbling on back to the field.
Right. I'm saying when you one of the best teams out there, you know the other team's division ain't got no choice but to try and get like you. You dig?
So let's get right into the video.
Let's go.
All right, you guys, so today, you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. We are reacting to some bold predictions for our NFL teams. For me, of course, the Birds, the real Birds. Because, y'all, okay, Dylan, we can finally settle this. So, one time, me and Dylan, we were in Boston. I'm setting the scene to let you guys know we were up north in Boston, if that means anything. And I had on Eagles gear. Dylan had on Falcons gear, right?
That's right.
And somebody said, we were on the escalator, we were going down, somebody was going up, and they said, go Birds. Now, y'all, my sister, love her to death, but she's not as well connected in the NFL as me and Dylan are. She might see this video, love you. Whew. But my sister Sydney was like, I was like, they're talking about the Eagles. If they say go Birds, that's the Eagles, not the Falcons. And my sister was like, how do you know it's the Eagles and not the Falcons? They're both Birds. So we agree. He was talking about.
We agreed then. It was.
I thought it was a little controversy with you. I thought you were saying they might be talking about the Falcons.
Nah, it was, go Birds is the Eagles. Everybody knows that.
Well, I feel like I'm interviewing you.
Because you are.
So yeah, go Birds is the Eagles. It's just funny because he, you know, we're birds of a feather. We flock together. That way. But the Birds is definitely, y'all the dirty Birds.
Yeah, we dirty Birds.
But Birds, period, it's just the Eagles.
And plus, that's y'all saying, like, when people say go Birds, like, we know it's the Eagles.
Well, I feel like I'm, so y'all, obviously I might set up a little janky, but I feel like I'm interviewing you.
Right, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Anyways, we're going to be reacting to some bold predictions for our NFL teams. So let's start with... And if y'all can't tell by our clothing, we about to go to the Braves game. If y'all can't tell.
Let's go.
Okay, y'all. So starting, the Pro Football Focus put out bold predictions for every Philadelphia Eagles team. I said Philadelphia Eagles team. For every
single Philadelphia Eagles team, all 32 of them. It's 32 Eagles out there. That's why we got confused when he said go Birds.
For all the NFL teams. So, first bold prediction for the Eagles. The Eagles win the NFC East. Okay, first of all, Pro Football Focus. That ain't bold. That's not a bold prediction. That's facts. Ooh. We will win the NFC East. That's not a bold take. That's just a regular take. We will win the East. So, I don't really have much to say about that, but y'all put some respect. Us winning the NFC East is the bare minimum for us this season. We have a really good roster. We should be winning at least one playoff game, at least. But don't be surprised if y'all see us in the Super Bowl, period. I'm tired of these analysts. I'm tired of these pages saying, oh, the Eagles have a chance to win the NFC East. A chance? That's the bare minimum for the Birds. A chance? That's a bold take. That's not a bold take. That's an expectation. Know the difference. Go to the Falcons.
Surprised she ain't dropped the mic. She got hot in this thing.
So what's the first prediction for y'all?
First one is Desmond Ridder is the starter by midseason. Now, depending on when they wrote this, I could see that. But going into the first preseason game, I think as long as Marcus Mariota stays healthy, I don't think he's going to be benched. I think Marcus Mariota will be good enough to be the starter, I should say, for the entire season. What I saw from Marcus Mariota was good in the first preseason game against the Lions. Now, the jury is still out a little bit on Marcus Mariota for me, just because we saw him run more than anything. He only threw 2 passes. Now, he was 2 for 2, but he only threw 2 passes. I want to see Marcus Mariota
get some more work.
Get some more work in the passing game. I know he can run. I've been knew that since Oregon. I want to see him drop back, do a nice 5-step, 3-step drop, read the defense, make a quick decision, and make a quick, accurate, on-time throw. I didn't see that enough in the first preseason game. Now, I think he can do that, but I need to see it. I haven't seen that yet. But from what I did see, I think Marcus Mariota can and will be the starter for the entirety of the season if he's healthy.
I like it. So the next bold take for the Birds, period. Because low-key, us being the Birds and y'all being a subcategory of Birds really puts us in a superior...
Subcategory?
Yeah, y'all have to specifically say we're the dirty Birds. We're the Birds, period. So that kind of makes
us like
that kind of is sunning y'all. We're really, the birds. Y'all are a category of birds. We are the birds. Let me know if y'all agree down below. It's all right. But moving on to the second bold prediction. Again, these bold predictions are Pro Football Focus's bold predictions. They predict that Miles Sanders makes the Pro Bowl. So they say Sanders recorded just 770 yards and didn't post a rushing touchdown in 2021, but he averaged 5.3 yards per carry. Now, we know what Miles Sanders can do. Miles Sanders fine. He be popping his G. We know that. But the only thing, I'm not saying Miles Sanders is definitely a Pro Bowl caliber running back, but in our system, Dylan, we have lately been very much running back by committee. And I think that that's the only thing that kind of holds Miles Sanders back is that we like to run a lot of running backs. We don't just have that one workhorse. And sadly for Miles Sanders, he doesn't have the makeup to be a workhorse because he is a smaller running back. Right. We have Kenneth Gainwell back there who we love. He's coming into his second season, and he is a pass catcher. He does a lot of versatile stuff for us. Your Indianapolis Colts of a Nyheim Hines, if you will. So, and then we haven't brought Jordan Howard back yet, but if one thing is always sure in this world, we're going to sign Jordan Howard at the buzzer. We love signing him, Dylan, at the buzzer, too. We be having that man thinking he going to go unemployed. Then we always sign him right before week 1. Anyway, we're very much running back by committee. Now, I'm not saying Miles Sanders can't be a Pro Bowler, but I think what's holding him back from getting those touches is that we're running back by committee. We have a 5 offensive line, and, you know, we can do a lot back there. Plus, we have a quarterback who is run threat as well. So that is definitely a bold take because it is going to be hard for him to get those carries enough to be a Pro Bowler.
All right, moving on to the second bold prediction from Pro Football Focus for the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's offense ranks in the top half this season. This is a bold take for me. Yeah, this is a bold take.
That's the boldest take of the boldest take.
The Falcons hammered the franchise reset button when they traded away Matt Ryan, and on paper, this team isn't in good shape at all. Kind of true. But the offense has the potential to be we're working our way up. But the offense has the potential to be a very surprising unit with playmakers in multiple positions as well as an athletic rushing threat at quarterback. The Falcons offense at a minimum is very difficult to match up with for opposing defenses. And I believe that. I appreciate you, Pro Football Focus, for not sleeping on what our offense could be. I mean, think about it. Kyle Pitts. Now, we do all have to realize that, again, we don't have Matt Ryan anymore. Matt Ryan was getting the ball out quickly. He was the reason Kyle Pitts was able to have 1,026 yards in his rookie season. He was the reason, part of the reason that, you know, I won't put Cordell Patterson's statistics on him. That was all Cordell Patterson. Anywho, the thing that will hold the Falcons offense back is, one, the offensive line not giving time to Marcus Mariota to throw, or Desmond Ridder, but I think it'll mostly be Marcus Mariota. Not giving Marcus Mariota.
What's his name? Because you don't call him Mariota, you call him Mariota.
It's Mariota. If I say Mariota, that's wrong. It's Mariota.
Get it correct for the season.
The thing that will hold the Atlanta Falcons offense back from being in the top half is the offensive line not giving Marcus Mariota time to throw in the pocket. Because one thing, if Marcus Mariota has to run too much, will become predictable, and defenses, I think, will eventually adapt to that. So that's why I'm like, the Falcons offensive line has to get it together. You got to get it together, O-line. That way, Mariota can sit back. He can be more of a pocket quarterback as well as use his legs, but only when he needs to. He shouldn't have to be a run-first quarterback because the offensive line can't protect him. But if Mariota has the ability to throw and run, and he kind of can choose between and, you know, pick and choose his spots to run, then I think this offense can be dynamic. You think about Marcus Mariota, if he can throw the ball and run with his legs. You think about Kyle Pitts and what he can do. Drake London, even though he did get a little banged up in the first preseason game, he looked good on his one catch for 24 yards. Got some separation, made the catch, got some yak as well. Kyle Pitts, we know what he can do. Cordell Patterson, we know what he can do. So this offense does have some playmakers. As long as that offensive line holds up, I think we can be a top offense that's in the top half of the league. I know she mad at my long.
No, I ain't mad. I just told you out. But you know, your Falcons people was listening. You know what I mean? They was listening. Great stuff there. But
look, You tuned me out, but great stuff there. Even though you definitely you said you tuned me out, but great stuff.
You was talking to your dirty birds. But y'all, you know we gonna have these Eagles Falcons collabs. First of all, y'all who've been rocking with us for a long time, y'all already know. But any new subscribers, me and Dylan, you know, we rocks with each other. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have our collabs. You probably, if you're a new subscriber to Dylan or me, you might be like, what's this? Why is she talking about the Eagles or why he talking about the Falcons? But we be doing collabs. And birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? But love that for y'all. We'll see about that offense. But this is the last bold take for the birds. So Nakobe Dean is the NFL's best rookie linebacker. I don't think that's a bold take.
I don't think it's a bold take. I think a lot of people sleep on Nakobe Dean.
Are they sleep though? I mean,
yeah, I think people are asleep on Nakobe Dean, which is why he went kind of late. You know.
Well, he did. I don't think he went late necessarily because they were asleep. Some people were worried that he was injured. So it was something going around saying that he was injured and he might not be able to play during training camp or whatever. And he confirmed with us that he was not injured. I think some people, I mean, there was no way how can you sleep on Nakobe Dean seeing what he did? Popping his shee all season long. Best player, arguably, because you know Jordan Davis is ours too now. Top 2 player or the best defense in the country, in the best conference. How can you deny that? How can you sleep on that?
You can't. And which is why I was very surprising with third round. But
now some people, not only with the injuries, it wasn't just the injuries. Some people were hesitant with his size transferring to the NFL level. They wrong for that. Don't sleep on Nakobe Dean. If you are asleep on Nakobe Dean, don't sleep on him. And this is coming from a Georgia boy.
P5.
And then 2, some people want to say, oh, he benefited from playing behind Jordan Davis. Well, guess the duck what? We got Jordan Davis too. So we'll never have to wonder what Nakobe Dean looks like without Jordan Davis because we got him too.
The Eagles said, we do not care.
We do not care. We got them both. Now, that's not really a bold take. Okay, who's the other like popping linebacker in the class? Devin Lloyd?
Probably Devin Lloyd, yeah. I can't think of anybody else. But yeah, I can only think of maybe, Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, so I don't think it's hard for him to not be the top linebacker. Again, we do have some other linebackers in place. TJ Edwards was our guy last season, playing 80% of the snaps second half of the season. He's still been really good at training camp. And then we have KYZIR White, who we brought from the Chargers, who was the top guy for the Chargers, one of the top guys for the Chargers defensively last season. So he does have some competition to pop and shine, but I have no doubt in my mind that's not bold take. That's not bold because we know what Nakobe Dean do.
All right, last take here for the Atlanta Falcons. The defense will be one of the worst in the NFL.
Oh, that ain't no bold take. That's easy.
That is a bold take because I don't believe it. I don't think it's going to be true. I don't think we're going to be one of the worst. I think we'll be better this year. But Pro Football Focus says, as encouraging as the offense may be, the defense looks concerning. For years, Atlanta relied on Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones as the stars.
And still relying on Grady and Deion in this very 2022.
No, Deion Jones is not going to play for us this year, most likely. We're probably going to try. We're going to try and trade him. I just don't know if we'll be able to trade him. But we're trying to trade him. Anywho, Atlanta.
Y'all got Jalen Reagor.
We'd rather keep Deion. Don't nobody want Jalen Reagor. For a year. Y'all don't want Jalen Reagor.
What if his cousin watching this or something?
Sorry, Jalen Reagor's cousin. We don't want him. For years, Atlanta relied on Grady. For years, Atlanta relied on Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones as its.
Goodness, get it together. See, you can't even get through this.
I coughed, bro.
Maybe
I could have held off my cough. You wasn't interrupting.
Interrupted or ad-libbing?
You was ad-libbing, that's true. Let me not say interrupted, that's harsh. I apologize. For years, Atlanta relied on Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones as the stars. Jarrett 67. Yes, I can. 67. I've been doing that. 67.6 PFF grade and 36 pressures last season were both his lowest marks since 2016. And he rushed the passer around 150 fewer times that year. Jones is coming off a 34.6 overall grade and just doesn't look the same player as early in his career. I think that was a little bit of typo there. Anywho, first of all, we're not going to play with Deion Jones this year, like I just said. And second of all, we got some dogs, I feel like, on defense this year. We got some dudes that have stuff to prove. We got dudes with chip on their shoulder. Rashaan Evans, in the first preseason game, he was everywhere. They kept calling his name. He was everywhere.
You said everywhere.
They kept calling his name in that first preseason game. He was making all the tackles early on. That first series, he was everywhere for the Atlanta Falcons defense. We know what Grady Jarrett does. We know how he gets down. The problem with Grady Jarrett is he needs help around him. So we need Taquan Graham to step up. We need Marlon Davidson to step up and be healthy and actually be on the field. We need guys around Grady Jarrett to step up, because the thing is, the teams like the Detroit Lions and all the other 31 teams in the NFL double and triple team Grady Jarrett because they know they don't have to worry about anybody else getting to. The thing is with Grady Jarrett is that teams like the Detroit Lions double and triple team him because they know there aren't any other threats on the edge to get to the quarterback. So that's really the problem, and that's what we have to improve on this year for the Atlanta Falcons defense. And if we do that, trust me, we will be at least a top half defense. We will at least be a top 15 defense this year. If Arnold Ebiketie, top 15. If Arnold Ebiketie does what he is supposed to do, and he is one of the best pass rushers coming out of this draft like he is supposed to be, we'll be fine. If Lorenzo Carter is the Lorenzo Carter that he was.
Top 15? Are you serious?
No. If Lorenzo Carter is the Lorenzo Carter that he was in the last 4 or 5 games for the New York Giants last year, then we will be a top 15 defense. We got AJ Terrell. Y'all know what's up with him. We got Casey Hayward, a seasoned vet who will make a lot of plays because teams just aren't going to throw to Casey Hayward. We got Isaiah Oliver coming back, who was very, very good in that nickel corner spot in the beginning of last year. So if he can keep that going, if we see that same Isaiah Oliver, we'll be fine in the backfield as well. So we got dudes, Rashaan Evans, we were calling his name, like I said, all throughout that first defensive series in the preseason. So we got guys on this team to make plays. It all just got to come together, you feel me? So I'm saying it right here, right now, we got a top 15 defense. That way.
You always say something crazy, Dylan Pease. Okay, Dylan Pease. But don't act like you haven't been on this very camera or this very page talking shit about Isaiah Oliver.
And he got
now you
better.
Acting like he Jalen Ramsey.
He got better in the. Nah, he's not Jalen Ramsey, but he got better in the beginning of last year. He was very good in that nickel corner spot in the beginning of last year before he got hurt.
Well, guys, we have a lot of takes. Some bold from Pro Football Focus, some a little bit disrespectful from Pro Football Focus. But y'all already know what to do. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with us. Check out the links down below. Buy us a copy to help fuel this channel. And until we talk to you guys next time, bye.